Hi, I'm Andy Perry. I'm with Steer Smarts, and we are at the 2023 SEMA show. So we brought this contraption behind us that we've named Freezy because it's a 4xe. We wanted to play off that. We essentially cut it up and turned it into a giant ice cream truck that will also go off-road. We had the idea of some sort of a kind of food truck. We thought about taco truck, but we were thinking, everybody loves ice cream. You haven't really seen an off-road ice cream truck before. Why not bring one to the playing field here? Something that's different but cool, something that you'll remember when you leave, that can also provide an opportunity to serve ice cream or hand out swag, and just something that everybody can appreciate. Here at Steer Smarts, what we are is an aftermarket manufacturer of heavy-duty steering components. Primarily our focus in the past has been for the Jeep platform. It's all solid axle stuff. But recently we've branched out, started doing stuff for the Broncos. So we do crazy heavy-duty tie rod ends for the new Broncos. And we'll have more stuff coming out for the Raptor variants. We're also looking to get into the Tacoma field here because there is a massive need for big boy tie rod ends in that market. We do a lot of other stuff too, like some private label things for people. They hire us for our engineering ability. Our parent company's been around for over 100 years. They were delivering pitman arms to Henry Ford via horse and buggy back in the day. We have a long history of engineering and manufacturing, and we brought it to the aftermarket so that everybody could benefit from it. I have been at Steer Smarts for almost 7 years now. 2017, I think I was hired in. Steer Smarts has been around since 2015. Behind Jay, I'm the next in line for the longest tenure here. The modification process was rather daunting. As you can see, there's a massive box on the back of this thing that didn't exist before. So that meant cutting the entire back end off of this Wrangler, and then we had to modify and create a system to create the box. So a lot of cutting and welding of steel. We found some composite boards to go on the outside, and we kind of found the right dimensions to make it look kind of the right way, and then we started slapping things together. And from there, it just never ended basically. Had to figure out a way to keep the top of it up and make sure it stayed down when you wanted to stay down, and then axles and suspension and everything else that goes into making this thing what it is. David Morgan came up and he used Createx paints. He painted the entire front end and a lot of the our steering components he painted as well. And they have I think it's called luminol in the paint. So it's actually UV reactive. So if you hold up a black light, it'll actually glow, which is pretty cool. We wanted it to something that was going to fit the build idea, which was kind of like a throwback, which is like the pink and the blue stuff, 90s. What better than a steel wheel that has been brought into the current day and age from Detroit Steel Wheel? So we thought the smoothies were the perfect addition. We did the trim rings and then we did the center caps. We actually took it a step further and we created a vinyl inlay for the center caps to kind of give the perfect nod to the Detroit Steel Wheel team. First and foremost, this was available to us because Jeep provided it to us. So they wanted us to make a vehicle that was fun, that showcased the 4xe's hybrid capabilities and help promote their push to be the greenest off-road vehicle available. That was kind of the play with all this stuff. You can run the different things off of the hybrid system with a little bit of work. So we went with that. Mopar, obviously they wanted to get on board being that they work with Jeep rather closely. So we did their lift kit on this. Nemesis Industries was a major help. They did so much custom stuff for us. I mean, everything from the sides for the box. They did custom rear fenders. They did a custom license plate bracket for us in the back. Those guys over there, JT and Rob, and the rest of his team, can't say thank you enough to those guys. Dana Spicer, we got their axles on here, UD60s for the show, but when we get back, we're going to be swapping out the 60s and putting 80s on the rear. We'll keep a 60 up front, so we'll have even bigger axles on it when we get back. Mickey Thompson tire wrapped around those beautiful Detroit Steel wheels. And these are 43 by 15s, so they're massive. Some of the photos don't really give you the idea of just how big these things are. But when you stand next to them, it's pretty quick to realize that yes, those are huge. Catskin did the leather interior for us, and they matched the stitching to be the pink, which is great. We got Casey Highlight on here, which all of the lights on the front end, from the headlights to their giant Pro 6 bar across the top, and all their new Flex eras. We've worked with them for a long time. I think that they make some of the best lights that you can get. We got Kicker for all the audio. We have MagnaFlow for the exhaust. Maximus 3 provided some of the components for the front bumper. Factor 55 and Warn for all the recovery stuff. S-Pod to control all the Casey highlights. Adams drive shaft to put the power from the engine and the battery into the axles that Dana provided. Rock Jock doing the sway bars for us. Armor Light was the interior liner for the floors. PSC Hydro Assist. Thanks to Detroit Steel Wheel for helping us out and for coming by and being a part of this with us. All of these guys are really what helped us to be able to create what you're seeing behind us. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. After SEMA, it's going to go back to Detroit, and then we'll be bringing it out west again to go to EJS. And the hope is to actually be able to utilize the soft serve machine and the shake maker inside. Thank you for stopping by and checking out our Jeep here at SEMA 2023 in the West Hall.